What's good, my people? Fly Speaks, man. Back for a quick update video. Had a lot of really good games last night, man. WNBA. One that I really saw. Most of them I haven't gotten a chance to watch totally, but I am going to. I plan on watching. Got the league pass, so those games are all saved. I'm gonna watch them all. Give some breakdowns for different ones. You know how we do. Looks like it's tough for the Valkyries. They're like their playoff implications. The Sparks really did not need to lose their last game. The thing with the Sparks, man, it's like they got all the offense in the world. Very explosive offense, very entertaining to watch, man. But you cannot be iffy. You cannot be iffy on defense, man. And then on the road, you got to play better defense on the road, actually. Because you know that the opponent is going to kind of bring it more so. Like even typically even the bad players, the road players, everybody's going to bring it. So that's the thing with the Sparks. The Aces are balling right now, playing their best ball that I've seen of the year. This is the time to do that, ramping up for the playoffs. That's good. We had an Angel Reese sighting. Not that it matters for the playoff implications, but I guess it's good for her, to just play and develop, as a player. And it may be good for the morale of the team just to go off on some sort of a high note if they can. Who knows, right? Bad news out of Indiana, though. The Indiana Fever, man, the injury bug is like hitting them really bad this season. As we already know, Caitlin Clark constantly out of the lineup, with the various injuries she's had. The loss of Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald. And now you have Sophie Cunningham, suffering an injury during the game against the Sun. And I guess I want to talk about this a little bit, man. So now you got, the typical conspiracy people who are kind of running with different narratives when it comes to this. Bria Hartley, the player who they're saying now, everybody wants to say she's just this dirty player now, after this. You really didn't hear too much about that before. Goes out there, she's driving. She's kind of driving, okay? And you got her being guarded, okay? And she's while passing the ball, she falls down and I guess hits Sophie Cunningham's leg. I'm watching and I'm really trying to watch and see if I find some intent to injure someone here. I'm rewinding, I'm watching and rewinding. I would like an angle from a different, video from a different angle to kind of judge. But I'm not good at judging, intention of these types of things. I'll admit that. I tend to have an opinion of sports players in general that they're not trying to do that, in general. And it's for a number of reasons. Number one, right, if you intentionally trying to injure someone's career, take them out for a season, something like that. Especially in a situation where it's not like you're in the finals or something like that, it has no implications like that. You're risking a couple of things. Number one, you run the risk of literally being kicked out of the game. And I'm not talking about just that particular game you're playing. I mean, you have a risk. You run the risk of your career just being over with. Period. That's number one. Your career just over. Number two, what have you believe that if you do that, you set that precedent that someone isn't going to try to come for you in the same way. That's what I would be afraid of. If I'm out there, all right, I'm going to try to not hurt a person, but no, I'm going to try to injure somebody. Break a, mess up break a tendon, break a bone, anything of the above. What's to say that someone's not going to come and just really try to do that to you? So for the reasons, I'm typically led by logic. Just starting with logic, I just don't see the reason why someone would do that. Like, what's that important during a game? Or for the franchise, or what you're getting paid, why would you do that? Unless it's just something like she just really doesn't like Sophie Cunningham, and then you would have to look at why would she really not like Sophie Cunningham. Well, the only thing we can go back to is the game earlier in the year where J.C. Sheldon was guarding Caitlin Clark in a typical way that they do, going back to Ohio State versus Iowa. And then Marina Mabry comes over, and after Caitlin Clark kind of pushes off of Sheldon, Marina Mabry comes and knocks her down. And then Sophie Cunningham straight admits that she goes and gets revenge on J.C. Sheldon. Okay? I'm going to get revenge for J.C. Sheldon, knock J.C. Sheldon down. The only thing that could make sense is Bria Hartley, okay, is let me target Sophie Cunningham from that. Now, the interesting thing, though, is that the aforementioned J.C. Sheldon, who she will be getting revenge for, has been traded already and is no longer part of the team. So it appears the motivation for getting it for J.C. Sheldon wouldn't be present, right? So I don't buy that. I don't buy the reasons why she would want to injure Sophie Cunningham in that type of way. Those things just don't add up to me. I've read comment in the comment section, and I'm assuming it's from Fever fans who act like they just got it all figured out. Oh, it was a chop block. It was a chop block. No, it was not a chop block. A chop block is when you're thrusting yourself forward and going low, and you're trying to look for, hit the thigh area or something like that. It's not a chop block. No, she was falling. And she passed the ball and was falling. But I guess it's just clear. I guess just similar to how I'm always looking for a way to say it's not that, because that to me is the ultimate evil and the ultimate illogical move to do in sports. I guess there's some fans that think every single injury that happens through any type of collision or something like that is on purpose. It's weird to me. I don't really like to debate people on these things, because then I start to think strange things about the person who takes that position. Because if you're the type of person that takes that position, that you believe someone actually did that, I believe you're likely the type of person to try to do that. Because if you feel like you can relate to someone who's trying to hurt someone, you know the old saying, it takes one to know one. That's when I started to think weird things about people who just automatically assume these things are on purpose. Because if you're the total opposite type of person who would never do something like that, and I can honestly say, I would never do something like that. I would never, ever, 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 ever do something dirty in a game. If I want to fight you, I'm going to pull you to the side. Dog, I got an issue with you. We need to go ahead over here after this game and handle that. That's what we need to do. Like, if I don't like you, straight up. Or I'm going to walk up on you and I'm going to just sucker punch your ass outside the game. Period. Right? And you're going to know why I'm doing it to you. You're going to know why I don't like you, and you're going to know why we rumbling. I literally cannot relate, and I mean this, I cannot relate to an individual who's just seeking this perfect moment in a game to try to cause someone, serious injury to the point where they're just out for the season, could lose their career. I just can't relate to that. So that's why I'm oftentimes not quick to go with that, And I also understand that in the game, it's really difficult to find those moments where you're doing that. Like, people really act like it's just some easy thing to do. Like, these are like trained martial artists, who know the exact angle to hit bones and stuff like that, to break bones and all of that. These athletes aren't those types. Okay, they're not Steven Seagals and stuff like that, right? They're just out there playing, So, I don't buy it. Tell me what y'all think. I know there's gonna be a number of y'all in here that's gonna come in here and say, "Yeah, it was on purpose." I'm letting you know ahead of time. I think you's a freaking weirdo. I really do, unless you can really explain what you're saying. But whatever the case may be, it's unfortunate for Sophie Cunningham for sure. Hopefully it's not like something so serious where it's like a damaged the ligament or anything like that, where she'll miss any significant time that could even threaten next year. Hopefully we're not there. And hopefully it isn't that type of thing. And maybe she'll get back to playing before the year is out, or maybe playoff time or something like that if the Fever can hold on. You know what I mean? So that's all I got, man. I get with you all later. We got some reviews coming up of games. Also some football news coming up too as well, especially surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles. So I get with y'all. Peace out.